Hello, now then, welcome back. This is episode 5 of the Folktails Experimental 1.0 normal mode playthrough on the pressure map, which I think I described last time as potentially the most evil map ever. We have some time in this temperate cycle, I think, hope, pray, to fix some things because, let's face it, this playthrough has been diabolically painful. We've got through some issues, I suppose. Obviously, there were some unstable cores. First of all, this one blew up, and this wasn't a problem. Happy days, everyone was here again. Second episode, everybody died, but that is a different dimension. We don't talk about that. And we've so far fixed a few of the others, mainly here and here. And there are some swift and devastating changes that were done down here. We did have a contaminated beaver that pretty much saved us by doing this. And we need to, well, do something that's going to mean our continued survival. So, with that said, we've also blocked this up to stop this being a problem, as this somewhere through here is connected all up, and my god, this map is nuts. I don't know how many unstable cores we have left to go. There are these two bad boys, which will connect underneath here through these. Let's go down again. That will blow that out, and all the bad water will pour in through there and in through here and blah 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 blah. Sad times. So, while this water is clean, we're on day 9, so we should have enough time to do this. We should have the beavers to do this in terms of building, I hope. Maybe we don't. We're going to have to reprioritize some jobs to fix this. And yes, this is why I haven't unpaused, in case anyone's wondering, hey, wait a minute, why is the game not running? It's like, because this whole intro right now would be bad. Anyway, we also sadly, tragically had a deathville where the other infected beavers, when we had to evacuate, were moved over too. Anyway, that's enough rambling. I am going to turn this back on, and let's see how far we get. Okie dokie. So this Nicole Gokos, or whatever it is, Nolokos, Moloko, we'll call him Moloko. His job is to get down to here, which looks like we tried this before. So, please and thank you, make this the most important job in all creation. For the time being, I am going to steal as many beavers as possible. So, do we have... Water is important, that's paused. There's nobody doing anything, so literally there is nobody. Where are they all? Good. Please leave. Please leave. Please leave. Right. So, let's go. The other thing we need to do is somehow figure out how to get water a little bit more efficiently. And I think this is not bad tide proof. None of this is bad tide proof. But we need to do something about that, should it occur. Now, what's likely the best thing we can do is maybe here. Make that see-through. Eventually, just lay in some sluices here to allow a bad tide through. Possibly the right move, but I don't even think we're there. Yeah, see, we're not there. So, that, once that build mission is done, is going to be our priority. And I do think it's probably going to be an advantage to us to try, at least, and fix some of the bits and pieces around here. Where is this getting fed from? Getting fed from up here. From this source. Which is completely covered. Told you this map was super sneaky. We could probably do with getting water into this area to regreenify it. So let's just come back underneath. And I guess it's going to be a case of... maybe not a good idea, but it's an idea. Let's just chuck that back in, get that done. They should be able to reach these. Yes. Hopefully that regreens this area, and we can get some of our farming space back. A bit, not much. We do need to get someone in here. And they should be able to make some antidotes. So hopefully either this guy was cured or they died. I'm not sure which, but I'm going to go with the positive outlook that they survived. Cool. So with that done, hopefully, what's this set to? That's going to be not good for us. But with any luck, this should overflow and start spilling into here. Let's just take a look at this. Looking like it. $7.5? I'm going to need to play a bit of a balancing game with this, to be honest. Lower them all. Hopefully the water should come out that way. Seems it's too much flow. So we need to balance this somehow. So that's now protected, so that's not a problem. That's now blocked up here. That is a bit of a problem. Okay, then. Let's see what happens if we do this then. Maybe it tightens up enough to be not a problem for us, but we'll see. I still would like that to be up. Now if that can balance itself out at least that much, which it doesn't look like it can, or maybe it can. Nope, still going down. Okie. Don't think this will work either, but what we need is sluices. Yeah, but we do need something to restrict it, and these can't be built underneath here, unfortunately. May not work, it may not work, but let's see. I mean, to be fair, it seems actually it's holding pretty steady at that. Could be a waste of time for the dam, I will give you that much. We do need to do something about the contamination, I guess. as that's going to run a devastating line of pain through here. But we could move the farms elsewhere, to be honest. Did they build the dam? They did. It's probably doing next to nothing. Right, so panic stations are over, I think. What would be nice with the droughts, I know I've just built this. I appreciate that this is probably going to seem insane, but so we've got 6 days to do this. So let's just build these. Once these are done, I'll evacuate the beavers. I'm going to drain all of this noise here. Hopefully it's got enough time to drain off anyway, but we'll find out shortly. Let's just take a quick look at these guys over here. They have water, so we do need someone to start harvesting, to be fair, so... Good, so there's people in there. We're like for stuff, we're fine, okay. So, get this built. Because if we can pull back that contamination, we are in for a winner down here. Okay, so let's just pause a second to do a bit of analysis. So, water back here is stuck, just to drain this off quickly as possible. Let's... There should be no one being able to come down here now. Right. So, with that done, let's... I know I've just built these. I know. Let's go. Drain. Drain as quickly as you can. Should scoot off the map. Should be emptying this, and it should be emptying the pot that's in there. What are you doing, you fools? Oh my god. You absolute tools. What are you doing? There is nothing down here for you. Please leave. And they're unwell. Kel surprise. Right. How much of this have we got? Not a lot. Sigh. I mean, I suppose as soon as they're already in trouble, we may as well take advantage that we get a couple of days out of them. So, time to say, stuff it. Let's just assume they're idiots. How many is that? Full Bottle on those. Right, go. They've already done well. We may as well use them while we can. And I bet now, the path's not connected, so you can't go into there. Just get in there. So if we can block this, we're in good shape to get rid of all this. Why is this taking so long to get off the map? There's just lots of it. Alright, fair enough. Hopefully they can finish that before they become contaminated, but we'll see. Oh good, now it's drained. Happy days. Just need someone to come and hit that with a hammer. Hopefully someone's coming down to hit it with a hammer. Yes, good. Get in, please. A kingdom for a healthy beaver. Thank you. Okie dokie. So, we have fixed this, I believe. So the water can't get contaminated down here anymore. Step number 1. Number 2 is to put this back in. They can reach that, so hopefully they do that today. The water should be good shortly. And when we get a bad tide, all we'll have to do is sorry, what was I just saying? When we get a bad tide, we'll just have to either blow that so it just doesn't fill this area until we get sluices. At this point, though, it's going to be a case of... have you got nothing to do? Well, great news. Rid me of this. We've got loads to do now. I don't know if the dam was doing anything, but... we put it back in. We'll leave it. We'll leave it for now. So, these poor beavers here should, in theory, not need to go to Deathville. We will need someone to deal with it sooner rather than later. Do we have berries? Should be some over here. It helps if I can see all the terrain. It is dying, but you need someone in there. If this guy can get all of the goods, they can start making some more antidote. I guess we should say that is antidote. Don't think we'll have any beavers that can do that, but we'll see. These are gonna die. No, they won't. They'll be fine. They'll go back green. Right, so, with the... well, we'll wait for them to finish that, and then we can... well, we can certainly take a few people out of there. Okay, here we go. So, cycle 14, day 1. We can get a sluice. We can not afford to do anything with it. But this is going to save our bacon later. So I'm going to get on it now. Hopefully these guys are... I mean, they're mega old anyway, so they may not survive to the end of that. But we're making enough antidote to deal with it, so that's the main thing. do need this turning back on, so let's get some people in there. Rebalance some jobs. Unstable core in 10 days, eh? Oh, they've changed that. That's new. It didn't used to have X's on it. That's quite cool. There was a patch note, which I probably should have read before I started, but I did notice that it existed. So where's our water down here? Where is it? Yes. See how that goes for us. That may cause some flooding up here. Actually, no, it won't because it's boxed off, so that's okay. If this is going to be clean water, we could, in theory, allow it to come in here. But I'm hoping that it fills up enough to work for us. We do need someone in here, so what do we need to build these here? So we're going to need at least 2. Planks are non-existent. What we like for beds. We do have a spare bed. We do have some beavers. And baby beavers. Not many, but some. So I am going to declare this area somewhat safe. And without wanting to risk too much, turn on a couple of houses. Just to give us a bit of a boom in beavers. Oh, no, 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 no. No, you do not. Okay, so we do need to think about that. Do need to block this up, so I guess that is the mission for the next lot of builder beavers. And we're going to need to go one more on top of that. Do that first. We don't have any planks, so we can't build the stairs. I guess then. This is going to be a problem. It's going to be a big problem. What can we do to ensure beaver safety? Not much. Not much, to be fair. I know what we can do. Just quickly pause that. It's a bit of a trek to come around the outside, but no, we still can't do that, can we? Can't do that either. This is hard. Okay, so we need to figure out that. To be fair, actually it's not a problem. That's not filling up enough to be a problem, so It's enough to keep everything watered though, so that'll do. We do have someone making metal now, so that's good. We have 2 of them. What will be best is to change these for sluices. Which I think will be the first thing as we do. They won't be able to reach... Oh, I guess on the corner. Are we making planks? We are not. Is that because they're all paused? Yes, it is, so... 2 guys in there, 2 in there. There's no contaminated beavers anymore, so... Close you. Let's pull some dandelions out the ground, I suppose. May as well get them into storage, I guess. Water is looking fine. I'm very tempted to see if this is pressurized enough to blow this. What is now coming up here? It apparently is. Not. Right, cool. Glad I didn't do that then. So, we can relax a little bit, I think. We do have quite a boom on the beaver babies, however... Okay, it's not a cycle change, that's fine. The berries... Oh, yes, okay. Do we have berry storage over here? If we can bring some of the storages back, we will. Is this going to be a concern to us anymore? I don't think so. So let's just... There's some resources here which we can deal with. Thank you for that. Are these collectible now? They are logs. There's some planks too, so that's fine. May sort of be cheating, but I don't think it is. Should be reachable for them to pick up. That will give us a bit of stock. The blocks have been laid somewhere. But this will stop backflow, which is going to be the most important thing for us right now anyway. As these are great, but not for anything but that. So, once those are done though, what are we out of? We have scrap. As it's up, right, somewhere. Maybe in there. Right, let's just say goodbye to this idea. Next drought will fix it. Although it is quite nice to have the power, I suppose. What are you doing? We do not need you. So we have... We get some spare beavers, we will replant some stuff. We do need to look at bringing the tree farms back online over this way, I think. So if we get to it, we'll put a forester back in. Fit quite nicely there, to be honest. You are not the priority. Don't think this is going to be a problem anymore to worry too much about that. That shouldn't be an issue there either. We can pause you now. Let's watch these things go kablooey, I guess. Come the morrow, be the time. Oh, looky, looky. Right, let's make sure this works, shall we? And yes, look at that. Flawless victory. Finally, for once. Thank you very much. Amazing news. Okay, okay. So, we are finally, I think, beginning, or starting to, not have too many problems. Well, I mean, we're still, what, 15 cycles in with 24 beavers. It's been a tough one. But I am going to say goodbye to Deathville. No more will it darken our door, and I'll give them something to do by way of this campfire that's a million miles away. We are job even as well, which is quite nice. Oh, they have fixed that too. Okay. Yes, please go and plant. Okay. Things are on the up. I'd say we need hauling and whatnot, but it's wishful thinking at this point still. But we will get there. So let's just take a quick stock of stock. We have no carrots, they've eaten them all, which is... Oh, there's a boatload down here. That's fine. Someone is potatoing up, that's okay. There is a full. It's fine. Right, okay, so... I think... what is going to be next for us is bringing this industry back online properly. You do not need to exist there. Let's bring you on. Gloma can come into here. There's a ton of power coming through that, which would be nice to be able to use, but we can't. But we do have one sluice, so turn that off, and we would... Do you want to turn that off? Right now, actually, I don't think... I don't think we need to worry about setting any of that, to be honest. So I will leave it be. I can now reach that. Metal blocks are still poor. But water's okay. And we have no bad water, but I don't think we ever did it. Okay, so we're 3 days before a drought, which is the perfect one. Because I would like to fix this properly. So some say I probably should have left those in originally, but I think we can get away with building something a little bit more efficient if we can. So they will be 3s, which we can afford to do. Build all those. We will reclaim these planks. Do not worry. Do not fear. They are coming with us. So how can we make this a bit more efficient? It's probably going to be... Do this first. I would like logs. I don't have haulers, but maybe they'll come up here. Actually... do this first. Because if we can get haulers up here, we can fill this with wood, and they can build this super fast, super quick. Now we have both plankers going, so they should be fine. We've picked none of that up, but that's okay. Water could be better. We have a spare beaver, so good news. You can pump that water. And maybe for now, pump that water. It would help if I actually prioritized it with the right setting. There we go. It will be once they've built it. Oh, what a fail. What a giant fail. There's an actual pot there. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Wow, wow, wow. Well. My bad. Right, so that is pretty much the end of this chapter in here, because there's no water to pump. This will have a little bit in it. What have we got? 9 days. Crikey. Okay, well, I think that's as long as it's going to get. There's no point you being in there. And they will keep going because of the windmills, so... how are we getting on with this? Get to that when they can. Thinking about this, do I want to do this? That does provide quite a lot of power of its own accord. So maybe... let's just... Another change of mind has occurred. I apologise for anyone watching. You are not a high priority workplace. Okay, so... we do have haulers, so that's nice to see. I'm wondering if it's worth... I'd like you to keep this fed for me, haulers. That would be nice. And I do need someone in here. I think there's enough scrap metal there to sustain us for at least a while, but we do have a stash over here, which is being fed by this, so that's okay. We could probably pause that, to be fair. Nah, we'll leave it. It's fine. Right. Okay. So as soon as we're going to drain this anyway, we may as well get the haulers to deal with that for us now. So we need to get water to come back up bubbling through here. To be fed from over here, and I think there's some water sources here. This is quite a convoluted network of stuff, to be fair. I don't think this drains anywhere. Other than this giant hole here. So I think we're going to finally block this back up again. And I want to... We need to bad tide proof this. So I think the best way to do that again is more of these bad boys. Maybe it doesn't need to be 3, so let's just... close below contamination of 1%. Close above contamination 1%. And how is that too far? Aha. Fixed. Okie dokie. So that should be next on their list. So then, if we can steal them out of there, they should disappear from here. Yes, okay. Metal is coming in, so that's done. So we can just say goodbye to that. 4 days left of this, but... So for the water to escape anywhere right now, it's going to either come through here and get blocked, or up through the tunnel here, or up out this hole. And with any luck, there is enough pressure relief for that to occur. So, may not remember, but over here, a cord did explode, and this was blocked originally. So this bit was pressurized. So what we've effectively done is restored what was, and that should help us out. We do get the extra benefit of these down here, wherever they are. So these sources add extra to what was coming out of here. But when the bad tide does occur, I'll just blow these and it can make its way downtown, so to speak. The reason why I'm not blocking this off, and I keep umming and ahhing about blocking this off, is because of the power it benefits us here. If we were to hook in or move, which is probably the better way of doing it, actually, but move the industry over here, which I think was the original plan in like episode, I don't know, well, the start of 2 before it was a disaster in the other dimension. These water wheels will obviously run quite nicely when this thing is doing its stuff. That might be something we look at doing, and then we can block this off, and we then are not quite as bothered, if you like, about what comes back up this way. Because the water, bad water, does come up to here, but these sluices should stop anything from getting through, because it never was that high. Well, it's less than 1, so let's just see what happens when this comes back. Move We could, in theory, move it along to hook it all into everything, but that is not for today. So, let's see. Not quite got full hauling. Let's just make that 4. That should do us. You've got nothing to do, so go find something else. But I think, with all the cores exploded, I think it's all of them. Don't know if there's any more. We're at the point now where there's no risk to the beavers, short of this flooding again, but it can only flood with clean water. Quote unquote. Good, those are done. Metal blocks is a problem, as we know it would be. Just need the wind to blow. I suppose we can pause you. Let's get 100% of the power into that. There's enough scrap to keep it fed, so that's okay. That'll work quite nicely for us. And if this holds up, then we can delete these. We could maybe even add some more water wheels if this doesn't go away. I know. Not very decisive. So all the planks are sorted, that's just locks. Okay. If we were worried, I guess, about this area being too much water, we could slow it down. We just block up this. But happy to do so when the water is clean. So, cycle 15, day 1. Let's see how badly we've devastated the pressure everywhere else. So far so good. That'll get backed up there. Blocks are coming in slowly but surely. Plenty of time to get that sorted. To be honest, we could make this more quicker to fill up, I guess. If we so wanted to. If we were interested in turning this into water. Which might not be too bad, to be fair. But let's think about improving it when we get there. This should start spinning soon, so the power will be back online for that. Now those wheels will start turning quite nicely. So far, so good. We have 2 board beavers. Congrats. Water should be coming out shortly. Obviously there's no water coming back into here. Oops, click the land. So these sluices are doing their job beautifully. But we won't really know until this starts kicking out again, so... Okay, so let's see how badly this is broken now. This is just default open, so that should come out there. I am warily going to up that so we can at least save some water in here. Whoa, 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 what's this? Evacuate immediately. Where does this come from? Where does this come from? Oh. Oh, that's interesting. That's very interesting. That's not been a thing before. Okay. Okay, so let's fix that. A lot of waste of logs, but at this point I don't care. I think we're safe enough to put the path back in. Doesn't look like we had too many issues with the beavers being contaminated, so that's worked out quite nicely. That does mean this is a problem, so let's back underground we go. I think it is going to be a case of just biting the bullet on this. Or do we just say, oh, is it pressurized? Point number one. No, it's not. So, to fix this area, we need to blast this. So this is too much water. So then, how best to deal with it? Alright, so let's have a think. If we do that to make it a tad bit more efficient, and that. I mean, ideally it needs to be there, so. Let's say that. How are we getting on here? So, we need to drain the area, so let's get rid. We need the smelter. We need the smelter, so let's just blow that. Why am I doing this? If this is fixed, this isn't a problem, so this doesn't need to exist. Those do, because there'll be no bad water that can ever flow through here because of this. So I need the beavers to concentrate on this. That's the most important thing that they've got to do, because it is. And then they've got to do that. So, haulers. Oh, that is full, so don't worry about that then. Potatoes are going up. The normal ones aren't, but the grilleds are, so that's okay. So let's just say then, haulers can deal with this. That should give them quite a lot to do. So there's a bit of contamination here still. But we could probably just drop that by... Oh no, they are wide open. Never mind. Okay, back underground we go. They're there yet. Right, so this is done. Next thing to do is this. This is the most important job you've got. These should be open, so that's got plenty of room. That will evaporate of its own accord. We will need to blow that. They are closed, so let's just say sayonara to all of this. That can do what it likes. That's going to get done. This is closed and sealed. We'll leave this very much alone. To be fair, I think half the problem is this one, but that is going to be a problem to fix. Oh, it's right underneath here. So you can channel into that and you just block it up and it's job done. Especially if we landed like a levee just there. That's finally dry, so that's good. That's out of water, so that's okay. That's coming along to protect us from this overspill. What are they on with now? Should just be a case of these. So let's just say these are the most important things. Beaverly possible. I'm not going to delete these ones because it's holding back some of the bad shmoo. And what I do want to place in here, again, is more... Do I want more levies? I'm not sure if I do. We do have the blocks for it actually, so why not? Let's just commit to that. And I am just going to say closed. And you may think me crazy, and the answer is very likely. But not too far off here, so that's a bad tide. So yeah, they can get that done. Then it's going to be these. And then water should pressurize up and out here, and we end up with all of this area potentially being nice and green. And I am half tempted to replace this with a sluice. And then build on top. We just need to figure out a way to get them down here a little bit easier. Ooh, no, come back. So the advantage is this won't overspill any further, just for the fact that it's already at max. It's only that initial rush as everything comes in. What are we doing here? Not the best, but certainly not the worst. So this will be quite a lot of water. What's probably a better idea at some point is going underneath and blocking some of this noise up. Maybe this. Flooded building, eh? Right, so they're done. So that should mean that we can see this being pressurized. Which it is not. Because... why? Oh, we wanted to cut the hole off, weren't we? Yeah, alright. Okay, let's just say then. Let's just say that and these two. The only way the water can go at this point is up and out. Up through all of this, slow its roll down through that, and then we can pop this. Let's just take a quick sneaky peeky underneath here. So right now these are open, these are closed. Press play. They're closed. They're open. Fantastic. So the what we have in here is the what we have in here. That's not going to change. This is obviously going to be bad water now. That can find its own way off the map, which I think is up through that hole there. That seems to favour going that way. This is nice and clean. Okay. Just stop losing that water, I suppose. So in theory, at this point in time, we are safe. Quote unquote. That should mean that this is the next big building job, which it looks like it is. Okay. Blocked by bad water. Oh, the swimming pool. Right, okay, fine. Ah, yes. Yes, okay. Okay, well, let's get that then. Right, so there is no bad water in here, so this area is start of map safe, quote unquote. This is a problem. But we'll need to figure something out for that. But it does mean that we have a working farm and tree farm, which is a huge achievement for this episode. So we just need to see now, when this bad tide is over in less than 3 days, that we are going to be golden. So wood's not great. These are growing, so let's just put someone back in there. That will have killed everything here. They'll survive. They will die. They will die. That's okay. So the question is, what do we do with that? I suppose with the dams, it's not a great deal we can do. Let's rejig this slightly. Come collect the bits. I would like you to put in... This may be a waste of time too. I'd like you to do that. I'd like it to drain a little bit quicker. Not that it might make this a little bit better. Not sure, but we'll see. Well-being. Let's put that ball back in for them to play in. Click every button until I find the right one. That can live there, and that can come out. I shouldn't have taken that out at all. Damn. Control Z, undo. What I wanted to do was do this. Not that I think it makes a difference, to be fair, but... Scaffolding. Alright. Some scaffolding in. Build me this. Should be able to build that. That's the only construction job they have on. Still looking fine over here. That is very close to bursting. Why is that so high? Right, okay. I think the time has come to fix that later. It's a bit close for comfort, so let's just... You can pause paths, is that a thing? That actually work? Okay, fine. Okay, so cycle 16, in theory, once all the bad shmoo is pushed out of here, which might take a while. We may need to fix some stuff. Might take a while to blow all that out, so... Probably going to be a case, again, of... Well, letting it clear out for number one. Number two, taking this out, setting them down into this, blocking this up, blocking this up. And then worry about it later, I guess. Don't think it's too much of a concern in this normal mode. It'll be green eventually. Yes, this is too high for my liking, so it's now time to cut this off. Do me this. Haulers, bring the logs. We could probably do with a little storage of planks. You should be able to rip through that. Pretty sharpish. So we're back up here. We have no spare beavers, but that's fine. And there's trees to... Okay, the farmers have done that. Nice, okay. Please. please. Right, just need to hit him with a hammer tomorrow. That needs hitting with a hammer tomorrow, and then the hoarders should be able to do us proud. With any luck, this will then not be a problem. So we'll have to say goodbye to the extra power down here, that's for sure. But it's probably time to move industry anyway, so let's worry about that probably in the next episode. Don't think we'll see all of the temperate cycle here in this one. We'll probably pick this up halfway through, but I would like to see them get this at least mostly done. Get everything dropped off here, assuming we still have holders. We don't have that many actually. Please go back hauling. Please go back hauling. We still have all of... Yeah, still have all the builders, that's okay. So once this is done, they should have access to be able to build the rest of that. The builders should be able to concentrate on this. It'll probably help if I do this. Just hoping it doesn't make it too much worse. Alright, let's just see down here. Are we clear? Not even slightly. Yeah, we're going to have to deal with that. May need to make some more beavers sick. But... I mean, that could just get that. Don't really care. I don't know what this does. Nothing of interest. Half tempted to have it blow out also still. This is probably going to be a mission for another time, but let's lay it in while they're busy. Paths are ugly, I know. We'll reconnect that once this is reopened. Let's zoom back up here. How are they getting on? Okay, I think, looking at that. Yeah, I think that is starting to spill in, so let's slam that shut. Should have built this in the drought, but you live, you learn, I suppose. It's probably going to get worse before it gets better, but... if we get enough builders in, we should be fine. Keen to see this done, to be fair. Let's see. We need more water in. That's 3%. Just open it. It's fine. What's that? Just flush it out. Just flush it. Maybe stop messing around with it, to be fair. Let's just put that back to closed. Close that. That should pressurize. Very much so. Of course. Some of it's a bit nasty, but I think it'll be fine. It will flood down here, I'm almost certain of it. But only because of this. So once this is done, in 24 blocks time, well, maybe less, I don't know what's in here. None, right, okay. They should get that finished today. It will probably overspill it a little bit, but they're far too high for that to be a concern right now. This should be fully buildable from where they are. Then this should swan off that way. That finished for us, please, today. Would be nice. Is someone coming for it? No. Fine. Okay, so as I suspected, it is flooding. I open it, hopefully. Please finish this. I think we're about balancing, I hope. Looks like it. I'd like this finished today, please. Where are you all? What are you doing? What are you all actually doing? You can have a day off after you've done it. So, I think we have successfully fixed this. I'll take that as a win. Please tell me someone's going up tonight to bash that with a hammer. It likely needs just one more nail. That's all it needs, please. I mean, to be fair, it is on the other side of creation, I guess. I'll let him off. Right. You are bad tide proof. Not bad tide proof. Bad waterproof. I know what I meant. Alright, you can stop this now. You do not need to bring this up here anymore. With that success completed, this looking good at 0.80, and this to stop any bad tide coming back up the way. Power is still good, although I think it's the windmills doing a lot of heavy lifting. I think we're in a good spot to finish here. This cycle will probably not be too much longer anyway. What's going to have to happen, I say have to, what will be happening, I would like to flood this area here and make it a reservoir. There should be enough output from this to make it not a problem. It can spill out into here and then run through there. And then we can just carry on using this as our little base of operations, to be fair. So that is probably going to be a far distant future thing, but we are in the position of safety at this point. I don't think there's any more cause. There is no more bad water. We do have one more thing to fix in here. We're going to leave that closed. maybe we're gonna leave that closed. So yes, there's some more bits and pieces to fix around here. Maybe worth doing that now. No, we'll do it next episode. So yes, we haven't really paid much attention to anything around here, rightly or wrongly. But we do, or are in, a pretty sweet spot, I think. I will fix this while I remember. Should be able to get that built, I hope, as we'd like to retain the water. But yes, so we fixed some bits and pieces. We'll put the thingamajigger pool back in. They can work on that after they've done this, which is of the highest priority. So yes, we have made some tremendous work on this map. It is evil, pure and simple. I suspect this is the trick to the map, figuring out what you want to do for keeping your area alive, I suppose. This is probably a lot of water to worry about, if I'm honest, but you know, it's better than nothing. But anyway, so next time, more beavers, moving industry, fixing some bits underground. I think the end goal for this series, I'm not bothering with worrying about getting to this. If we get to it, we get to it. But right now, it's so far in the future, it's not happening. But what I would like to do is concentrate on getting into where all the bad water spots are and plugging them up. So the only thing in the map is good water, and see what that does to the pressure, to be fair. It may involve bots to fix a lot of that problem, but we'll see. So we will end here on a 6-day drought. There's plenty of water here to be pumped, so that's going to be fine. It's under pressure for a while anyway, so it's not so much of a problem. Let's pull those up. May or may not flood. I think it'll be okay. Not really enough to cause it too much of an issue, but yeah, there's tons of water in there for them to start pumping with. So yes, before we get too far into this drought, I will leave it here. Thank you very much for watching. If you have any comments, if you'd like to tell the devs how evil this map is, please feel free to let them know. They've succeeded in making it very challenging. But anything else you'd like to say, again, chuck them down below. And if not, I'll see you tomorrow for the Iron Teeth playthrough on the Oasis map. And see you guys there. Thanks very much for watching. Bye-bye.